So this problem is on page 29 in the tutorial, and I wanted to show you the picture on my iPad so you can kind of get an idea of here, because it's a little bit weird of a problem, because it says what is the factored form of the polynomial, and if you try to factor by grouping, which would be your inclination to do so, you can't. It doesn't work out. So we need to come up with a different way. And actually on this particular problem, I would just highly recommend that you use the drop-down boxes. So like if we hit this, we've got x plus 1, x minus 1, x plus 3, x minus 3. So I'm going to start with x plus 1, and I'm actually going to use synthetic division on this problem. So as I pull my iPad away, if we do synthetic division, you get 1 plus 7 plus 4 minus 12. Because I'm trying the first option again, which is the x plus 1, I'm going to divide by negative 1. So we're going to carry down the 1. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. 7 minus 1 is 6. Negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2, and negative 12 plus 2 is negative 10. This number right here is a remainder, and we need to not have a remainder. So that the x plus 1 is not an option. But again, if we go back to this problem here, our next drop down, if I can get it under there, is x minus 1. So it's almost going to be the same thing. So we're going to have 1, which is the number in front of the x cubed term, plus 7, plus 4, minus 12. And since it's dividing by x minus 1, this is going to be a plus 1 out here. We carry down the first term. 1 times 1 is 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. 1 times 8 is 8, and 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 times 12 is 12, and negative 12 plus 12 is 0. And because this is a remainder, the 0 is the remainder, so nothing's remaining, what we're left with then is we're left with 1x squared plus 8x plus 12, and let's try to split the middle, because what we want is we want to find all of our answers here. So 1 times 12 is 12, and the factors of 12 are 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. And what we're looking for is we're looking for factors that combine to be 8. Nice on this example that everything is positive. So this is going to be x squared plus 2x plus 6x plus 12. And our greatest common factor in the first group is x. And we're left with x plus 2. Greatest common factor in our next group is 6. And we're left with x plus 2. So when we finish this problem, x plus 2 is a factor, x plus 6 is a factor, and remember what we started with is we did x minus 1. So if we go back to my iPad here for a second, and we pull that there, x minus 1 in our first group here, and then our other two choices here, we have x plus 2, and then lastly we have x plus 6. So there are our factors on that. The issue on this problem is if it isn't a drop-down box, then what you start doing is you start and you try 1. And if it doesn't work, then you try -1. Then you try 2. And if that doesn't work, you try -2. You try to find one factor, and once you find one factor, typically you can get the others by actual factoring methods. I know that's a bit antiquated. I do show that in the classroom, but I have other little techniques, but I'm not sure what Edmentum is thinking yet, so I'm going to stick with how they did the problem. Be sure to set up a virtual meeting if you want more help with something like this.